What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. The road to WrestleMania has begun as the 2023 Royal Rumble is in the history books. Join us now as we recap the matches and look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, Wrestlelamia Shorts. The PLE started with a pleasant surprise as Pat McAfee joined Corey Graves and Michael Cole at the announce table. We then get into the men's Royal Rumble match as Gunther entered at number 1 and Sheamus at number 2. Your final four are Seth freaking Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Gunther, and Logan Paul. Cody and Seth square off while Gunther recovers from a pedigree. Paul then surprises Seth, eliminating him from the match. Cody then follows up, eliminating Paul, and it's now down to Cody and Gunther. After a really hard fought battle, Cody hits the crossroads and clotheslines Gunther over the top rope as Cody Rhodes wins the 2023 Men's Royal Rumble match. Next up, it's the the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match as Bray Wyatt takes on LA Knight. Now, this is an ODQ match and it sees the lights dim as they're replaced with neon lighting, leading to some odd lighting with the wrestlers and various teams covered in neon paint. Bray Wyatt dominates, hitting Sister Abigail for the win. After the match, Bray transforms into a mass creepazoid going after Knight. Knight tries to fight off Bray with a kendo stick, but Wyatt stops him with a mandible claw. Uncle Howdy showed up near the entrance stage and dove off onto a helpless LA Knight as the explosions went off. Seriously, was that Shane McMahon? How else to explain that? Well, the Firefly Funhouse characters got a good seat as they watched from above. Next was the Raw Women's Championship match as champion Bianca Belair took on Alexa Bliss. Now, Bliss doesn't roll over for Bianca Belair, showing the edge she's developed over the last few weeks. However, it's not enough as Belair delivers a KOD, pinning up for the 1-2-3 as Bianca Belair retains the Raw Women's Championship. After her loss, an Alexa Bliss eccentric Uncle Howdy video plays, Bliss drawing closer to Bray Wyatt's whack pack. Next up is the Women's Royal Rumble match, as the match begins with Rhea Ripley entering first and Liv Morgan second. Ripley, Morgan, Asuka, and Nikki Cross become the match's final four. And then Cross is gone next, and things boil down to Liv, Asuka, and Rhea on the mat apron. Asuka then goes to spray Rhea Ripley with the mist, but she ducks and Morgan is blinded. Rhea eliminates Asuka before disposing of Morgan as Rhea Ripley wins the 2023 Women's Royal Rumble match. And finally, it's time for the main event as the Undisputed Championship match as champion Roman Reigns takes on Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens takes it to the Tribal Chief and seems to have him down for the pin. Roman gets the time he needs to rally and spears KO through the security barrier. He then slams Owens' head into the steel steps twice before rolling Owens into the ring and pinning him. Roman Reigns manages to retain, but after the match the Bloodline enter the ring. Jey Uso is ready to induct Sami into the Bloodline, but Roman says there's work to be done and they begin beating KO down. The Bloodline handcuff KO to the ropes and Roman prepares to blast Owens with a steel chair. Sami tells Roman enough is enough and Roman hands him the chair, telling him he's given him everything. Sami begins crying as Roman Reigns begins slapping him, but Sami's had enough and cracks the chair over Roman's back. The Bloodline descend on Zayn, beating him senseless. However, Jey refuses to participate and he rolls out of the ring. Yes, the Bloodline have turned on Sami Zayn. But that was a quick review of the Rumble. What about the good, the bad, and the downright ugly? As always, we start off with the good as number 1, Pat's back. Pat McAfee returned to the broadcast booth, the first of many surprise returns at tonight's show. Jumped into the ring to soak in the fans' cheers before heading to the announce table where he seamlessly fit right back in. It's great to have McAfee back and the Royal Rumble was the ideal venue to bring him back to. Number 2, an awesome Alamo Dome audience. Congrats to the fans in the Alamo Dome on amping the excitement for tonight's show. There was no escaping how amped up the fans were and it only made tonight's show even better. Number 3, a hella hoss fight. The Men's Royal Rumble was a hella hoss fight thanks to some of the WWE's biggest brawlers and brutes participating in the show. Gunther and Sheamus started the match, a harbinger of the carnage fans were in for. Big men like Drew McIntyre, Karrion Kross, Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley soon joined in, turning this into the type of slugfest that instantly makes a Rumble all the better. The big man mayhem continued with Braun Strowman, Omos, Damian Priest and Otis rounding things out. Number 4, using the Rumble effectively. While fans will forever debate which Rumble was the greatest of all time, not to be confused with the greatest Royal Rumble, tonight's matches succeeded in furthering a variety of storylines as well as creating new programs. Whether it was Lesnar and Bobby Lashley's fiery feud burning brighter thanks to Lashley eliminating Lesnar, Logan Paul eliminating Seth Rollins and likely starting a feud of their own, Rey Mysterio missing the match under mysterious circumstances, the WWE used the Rumble for more than determining who will main event WrestleMania. Number 5. Damage Control dominates. Can a faction win the Royal Rumble? Well, both the Judgment Day and Damage Control gave it a go, but Bayley and her cohorts came close to using the numbers game to win the Battle Royal. While they didn't succeed, they did prove to Becky Lynch that no matter how good she is, she can't take on all 3 wrestlers by herself. Number 6. Some righteous returns. As expected, the Rumble featured a variety of returns in the men's and women's Rumble matches. Some were fun, some were unexpected, and some were expected but engaging nonetheless. Be sure to check out our video earlier on all the returns. Number 7. Iron Man Gunther. Gunther didn't win the Rumble, but the General earned another title, the Iron Man of the Rumble. Gunther broke Rey Mysterio's record for the longest time in a traditional Royal Rumble match, lasting over 70 minutes. More impressive, Gunther continued wrestling like he'd enter at number 30. Given the number of big men in this year's Rumble, Gunther had even more to be proud of. While he won't be happy about losing, you count on this being just the beginning of his already prestigious push. Evil Asuka is back. Evil Asuka is back, and fans looking for the dominant Empress of Tomorrow from NXT got their wish tonight. Asuka returned with a monstrous makeup and even more monstrous mindset, showing a ferocity that kept her opponents off balance and saw her make it into the final 3. Number 9. Second to no man. As impressive as Gunther's Iron Man performance was, Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan put on a show of their own, each of them lasting just over an hour. Morgan continues to show she's eager to learn, and while she still needs to improve, her marathon performance suggests she has plenty of heart. As for Ripley, anyone who doubts she's the real deal has no understanding of the fundamentals of pro wrestling. And a fitting finish. Well, the Royal Rumble couldn't have ended any better than the last chapter in the Sami Zayn saga. Zayn's refusal to let the Bloodline beat up a helpless Kevin Owens was the end of his storyline trying to win the Bloodline's trust. However, it opened up a new chapter that could be even more exciting as he and Kevin Owens join forces against the Bloodline, while fans wonder what's next for Jey Uso, who seemed to have walked away from his family. What started off as a comedy storyline has turned into one of the most captivating dramas in WWE history. If you haven't watched this, go and watch it. That pop of Sami Zayn's return was incredible. But that was the good. What about the baddest? Number 1, Kofi crashes. Kofi Kingston had a scary spot tonight, and sadly it was a case of history repeating itself as Kofi crash landed in an eerily similar spot to last year's Rumble. In case you missed it, Kofi was thrown over the top rope by Gunther and he tried to land on a chair set up by Xavier Woods. Unfortunately, Kofi landed wrong, banging his head on the announce table. The announcers initially tried to say that not only one of Kofi's feet touched the floor, but there was no saving the blunder, and Kofi was eventually written off as eliminated. While the 41-year-old dreadlock dynamo can still go in the ring, it may be time to avoid gravity-defying spots like this. Number 2, a bad night for LA Knight. Tonight's Mountain Dew Pitch Black match was bad with a capital B for LA Knight, as he looked pathetic against Bray Wyatt. Did WWE bury Knight? Well, not really, but the build-up for the match kept Knight looking strong. However, we'll have to wait and see how he fares over the next few weeks on SmackDown. Number 3, Nia Jax, WTF. Did Nia Jax really need to make a surprise appearance in the Rumble? While she added a powerhouse presence to the match, it already had some bruises like Tamina, Rhea Ripley and Piper Niven. Many are reporting that this is not a one-night deal. Number 4, why wasn't this on Raw? Tonight's Raw Women's Championship match seemed out of place. As odd as a Mountain Dew Pitch Black match was, at least it entertained the WWE Universe, Bliss vs Belair by comparison was an average match at best, and its chief purpose was to further Bliss falling under the spell of Uncle Howdy. This bout should have happened on Raw, as it was nothing but a time filler. Number 5, what was that Pitch Black match? Seriously, if you enjoyed it, that's good for you. To be fair, the aesthetics were cool, but this looked like a Feel the Glow match, not a Pitch Black match. Whilst we gotta admit, Bray Wyatt looked extremely cool under the black light, what was that ending? Why did Uncle Howdy just dive in like Shane McMahon? Do you guys have any answers to this? Cause I don't. And quickie eliminations. As great as tonight's Men's Royal Rumble match was, there were far too many quickie eliminations. Fans were denied a chance to watch Lesnar and Bobby Lashley do battle with some of the match's other big boys, as Karrion Kross was eliminated just 4 minutes after entering. Brock only lasted 3.5 minutes, while Otis was taken out in 3. Almost barely got started before eliminated by Braun Strowman. None of the quickie eliminations made sense, and while they didn't ruin it, may have kept it from standing out as one of the best ever. That was nothing downright ugly, as WWE started off 2023 with an incredible PLE, producing one of the best Rumbles ever. Triple H did it again, creating an epic event that should have fans eager for every step of the road to WrestleMania. What'd you guys think of the Rumble though last night? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.